have an amazing guest here today, which I think you're really going to love. We have Car, who is an expert at everything Instagram. So she's worked with some big heavy hitters like Apple, Michael Kors, and Google, just to name a few, to help them with their Instagram strategies and Instagram growth. We'll cover things like building an Instagram, which Car did 45,000 followers in 10 months, as well as spinning up products and services of high value in the coaching space, paid memberships, and courses. Taking a little bit of a look of kind of how you got started, it seemed like it was a bit of a sink or swim situation. What sort of made you realize that growing an Instagram following was going to unlock kind of like all these opportunities and all this, financial freedom for you? What kind of, if you want to go into the story, go for it. Yeah, what was the main thing that made you realize, hey, I need to grow this following on Instagram?
Yeah, it's funny because I never actually thought, hey, I need to grow a following. It was more like, hey, I have so much knowledge that I can share with people. How can I do it in a way that will get me one or two clients? So I was thinking like very small scale. And the reason I even started going on Instagram and posting reels and content was because I had just been laid off at my job as head of social for a startup because it was the start of COVID. March 15th, I had a baby, my first child. So I had no choice but to just kind of figure out, how am I going to get some money coming in, doing something that I really like, that I'm really good at? And along came Reels. So I started to create Reels. Just honestly, if you go to my account, you'll see they're pretty awkward. I've left them up there on purpose because everybody starts somewhere. And I was just giving people seemingly random tips about how to grow on Instagram, how to increase their SEO on their website, how to work with influencers. It was a hot mess. And the next thing I knew, I started looking at the data, getting really refined about just talking about Instagram, creating reels, and things kind of just took off from there.
It sounds like you already had a little bit of a background in this, but how did you sort of grow your first sort of like 5 to 10,000 followers? Because I know the starting point is usually the hardest. So how did you sort of break through that and then, go on to obviously compound that into so much more?
Yeah. So for timeline context, I started really like all in with this account around the end of December, early January 2021. And by 1st of March, I had 1,168 followers, wrote it down. And at the end of March, I had 10,000. And I attribute that really in part to Reels, as well as, coming up with very clear content strategy and collaborating and showing up on the app every single day. And my background is in social media and in marketing. I got my marketing start working for the United Nations World Food Program as one of the founding members of their app called Share the Meal. And so I was really fortunate there to honestly wear every single hat. I was doing not just social media, including YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, but I was also doing all of our celebrity partnership management, a lot of PR and, production, everything under the sun. So all of that knowledge really helped me come to the table, really prepared to talk about a variety of things that weren't just, tips and tricks or hacks to grow your Instagram. I had this kind of larger story to tell, which I really feel helped.
And so just to circle back, so you built that following created a great opportunity for you to start monetizing, all of this work that you've been putting in. What was sort of the revenue streams that you set up? What was the order of them? And what's the importance of each one?
Yeah, when I first started, so before I hit those kind of 10K followers, before I had 1,000 followers, I was only offering coaching calls. So basically, I would sell like a bundle of 3 calls. And in February, I made less than $1,000. And then in March and April, I was hitting $20,000 months just off of those bundled calls. So I lost my voice, really quickly realized that this was not sustainable, not a great business model. And just through honestly meeting other entrepreneurs, other women on Instagram that became friends and took me under their wing in other niches and industries, I realized I had to create a course. And so I created a course called The Power of Reels, which netted me over $100,000 pretty quickly teaching people the foundations of Reels, how to edit, how to come up with ideas, and so forth. And so then all of a sudden, I sort of had a more robust product suite. I started adding to that by doing digital downloads, content calendar template, and I kept expanding from there, doing beta programs where I would live coach and then create that into an evergreen model. And up until today, I now have a membership called the Social Department, where I do live office hours and coaching for a group of women.